I'm Felicia,
And I'm Ian.
and we are the Paranormal Lovers.
Hello, paranormal dudes, dudettes, and dudays. Welcome back to another episode of The Paranormal Lovers.
Hey guys,
Hey guys.
thanks for joining us for another week, episode 123.
1, 2, 3.
Buckle my knee.
3, 2, 1.
I don't
1,
know
2,
why I
3.
want to say that. That's the wrong way, but yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
We're not going to do any business other than to say that we do have a merch sale going on right now. $13.95 t-shirts and
Come get your
everything
shirts.
up to 35% off over at the paranormallovers.threadless.com. We're not going to do business anymore in the beginning because I don't really want to. We're 3 years
Shirts,
in.
stickers, stuff. You
Mhm.
guys know.
You know, Patreon, all that good stuff. It's down below in the links.
Yeah.
So go down there and find it. We're just going to start getting into the shit.
Okay.
I mean, let's not get into the shit. Shit's kind of nasty, but
What'd
I
you
know what
love
I
about
mean.
the week?
There was something I loved about this week, but I don't remember what the hell it was. Maybe my boss got married. That was pretty cool. Shout out to Leah. She had a fucking gorgeous fantasy medieval style wedding at a goddamn castle.
Makes me wish we would have done that, but
I'm saying, like, 20th anniversary coming up in about 10 years. Let's get to planning it, son, because what the hell?
could have dressed like a hobbit.
I mean, well, you had the kilt, which
Yeah.
Jake wore a kilt, and you had dirks instead of swords, so we kind of did it.
Kind of did, yeah.
It was really, really pretty, though, and she showed me pictures, and it just looked amazing, and I really hope she's having a good time in Cabo on her honeymoon.
Yeah.
Lucky little woman. We went to Savannah. That was nice, too.
Yeah.
Got to spend the day on the beach. I'm ready to go back to the beach. What did you love about this week?
I loved that I got to teach my kid how to spray paint because, like, she couldn't really do it. Like, she was getting the paint on all thick, and it just didn't look all that great. So I kind of gave her a couple of tips and pointers, and by the end of painting her dresser, she got a new dresser. So that's what we were doing, painting. We weren't doing graffiti.
No.
Which that's later. But
Not
anyways,
yet.
but yeah, I gave her some tips, and she started getting it by the end of the time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she knows how to spray paint now.
I forgot. We went to the nature center this week. Went on a field trip. That was really fun.
That was fun.
Got to meet her boyfriend.
Yeah, that was a little awkward. He kept going, I got abs.
I got abs under here. And I'm like, what? You're 8. Go away with your, which he probably does. He's like, he does. Well, he was a mutton buster, but I guess he does bulls now.
Yeah.
He's like leveled up to little bulls or something now. He's a little rodeo kid.
Yeah.
Like, did you see his big ass belt buckle?
Yeah.
Mutton busting champion.
Right.
I said, goddamn, she went full country boy with this one. She's like, you remind me of my daddy.
Right.
Although he never busted muttons, but
no.
Yeah, it was fun. It was still kind of sad to see how much damage there is still a year later.
Yeah.
From Helene.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty rough out there still.
It is.
We had to take some little, like, 1-lane road around the river because the bridge that you used to drive over to get to the nature center,
gone.
Half of it's still gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's still not great out there.
No.
Still not great. So that was a little sad, but it was a pretty good week overall. And now we got fall break. Let's see how my mental health is by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you got for us this week, babe?
All right, episode 123. So I ran across this story literally like the night before I typed up my notes. So y'all bear with me. It's a little bit of a roughly done one,
Yeah.
but so I was watching an interview with Hamilton Morris on YouTube, If you guys don't know, Hamilton is a well-known Vice News reporter that's known for his show Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia on Vice. Uh, he was being interviewed by one of the guys that started Vice. His name's Shane, and he told this crazy story that when I heard it, I was like, I want to do an episode on that because it's crazy. Hamilton's actually making a movie about the events. So if you guys want to go check him out and check out the movie when it comes out. Um, and also, I don't really know how long this one's going to be because, like, when you really dive into this one, it's like this thing and that thing and this thing. So,
this is the one that might be a 2 or 3 parter.
Yeah, it might be a 2 or 3 parter. So, buckle up, Buttercups, because we're going to be talking about Marcia Moore. So, Marcia Moore was born on May 22nd, 1928. She was an American writer and an avid astrologer and a yoga teacher. She got notoriety with the public in 1965 when she was featured in Jess Stern's book Yoga, Youth, and Reincarnation. So, reincarnation, astrology.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you actually study yoga, yoga is very much a spiritual practice, not just an exercise.
Right. For many years, Marcia advocated for the research of the dissociative properties of ketamine.
Yeehaw.
She is probably the reason that we started using the drug in psychotherapy today. But we'll get into that.
And you got people like fucking Musk over here fucking popping it like it's Skittles.
Right. So, yeah. She was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Her father and mother were Robert L. Moore and Eleanor Turner Moore. She also had 3 siblings, Robert Robin Moore, John S. Moore, and William K. Moore. Her father, he was an entrepreneur, and after going to school at Harvard, finishing school, Robert and his roommate started their own business as flippers. They would buy old rundown businesses and fix them up and add their own touches so that they would be more snazzier in order to sell them for profit. So they'd just turn around and sell them. One of their three endeavors was a hotel in Boston in 1934. They bought the hotel for the simple price tag of the hotel's back taxes. So they just paid off the back taxes that they owed the city. They decided to keep the name of the hotel since the sign wasn't in bad shape when they bought it. You might have heard of it. It was called the Sheridan. You ever heard of the Sheridans?
Yeah, there's a bunch. I think those hotels are still around.
They became extremely successful, so much so that they decided to keep the hotel and later open up a chain of hotels called the Sheridan.
I think I've stayed at one.
Have you?
Maybe.
I want to say I have too. Yeah. Some of them are,
not.
some of them aren't though. It's like a chain of hotels.
I know now. I've at least seen them around.
I want to say we might have honeymooned in the Sheridan, but
maybe.
So her parents were very hard workers. That being said, they also knew how to relax and spend time with each other. They would they would frequently visit a meditation retreat that they owned in California. They knew the importance of some peace and quiet. Hard work and well-deserved rest was good, but their parents also believed in getting their kids an education. Marcia and her 3 brothers would all go on to be successful in their own ways. Her brother Robin went on to write The Green Berets and The French Connection. You ever heard of those?
I have. That's pretty impressive.
Both well-written books that were later turned into Oscar-winning movies. Marcia loved learning about meditation and other cultures when she was younger. Uh, she married a man by the name of Simmons Roof. Together, they moved to India and pursued a learning of Hinduism and spiritualism.
Yeah.
Or spirituality. They started a family and had 3 kids: Louisa, Christopher, and Jonathan. They then returned to Concord in Boston in the fall of 1957. Marcia finished up her studies in 1960 at Radcliffe College in Boston. Her senior thesis got published, the title of which was Astrology Today, a socio-psychological survey. Her marriage with Simon didn't last, though. After 14 years, they got a divorce. But Marcia continued to learn about her spiritual practices, even though a lot of what she was studying was not mainstream at the time.
No, definitely not.
In 1962, she got remarried to a man by the name of Louis S. Acker. Marcia studied topics at the time that many people considered debunked or even dangerous, even her own husband and family. Her life was in turmoil and turbulent for 4 years that she was married to Louis. In 1966, she divorced him and married a man named Mark Douglas.
All right, sis.
And together they moved to Maine, which is awesome. I'd like to go check Maine out.
That's somewhere we both want to visit. We both grew up with mothers who are like obsessed with Stephen King. Yeah. So we're both like, yep, Maine's on the list, bucket list.
But Marcia must have been one hot broad because she was just kind of pulling in dudes, and she'd marry one, divorce one.
She looks like an actress. Like she's got very much got like that classic beauty to her.
Right. Together with Mark, she published a series of books. One can find her collection of books in Boston at the Concord Library.
That's cool.
The ones she wrote with Mark were Reincarnation, The Key to Immortality in 1968, Diet, Sex, and Yoga in 1970, and Astrology in Action in 1970.
All right.
Her interest in spiritualism only grew, and over time, her relationship with Mark grew distant. At the end of 1970, she met and remarried a charming anesthesiologist named Howard Altunian.
That's some good money right there.
This time, Howard had enthusiasm toward Marcia's New Age movement, and together they moved to a suburb of Seattle, Washington. So she's just bouncing around all over the place.
She's living the life I want to live, minus the multiple husbands. She's living the life I want to live.
Right. It was around this time that public opinion of Marcia's studies began increasing in popularity. You know, dang hippies.
Damn hippies.
Together with Howard, they began experimenting with psychotropic drugs and began to research the effects of these drugs on people with PTSD. Marcia had never really been into taking drugs, but Howard introduced her to a new drug that had been gaining popularity in the counterculture world: ketamine.
It's so crazy. I don't think I really heard of ketamine as a drug probably until like 2010. And to think that it's been around probably since the
60s, 70s.
60s, 70s. Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but isn't it like a horse tranquilizer?
Yes.
Initially, that's what it was used for. It's a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, by the way, could help with this.
And it's a psychedelic.
I want to know what the person went through who was like, I'm gonna try this horse tranquilizer.
They were probably like, I hate life. I'm just gonna like shoot this and be out of it for a while.
Try and overdose off of this drug, and then they come out of it and they're like, I've seen God.
Yeah.
and she's black. And they were like, all right, you're going to loony bin.
So Marcia and Altunian theorized that taking ketamine and microdoses could tap into a user's subconscious and allow them to achieve higher states of consciousness, even allowing them to make contact with other realms of reality.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
I believe in it.
For real. I mean, like, people that take DMT are definitely like, there's something else out there.
Yeah.
Under the effects of the drug, Marcia would pursue spiritual uses for the drug as well. She enjoyed tapping into her past lives. She believed that she had been reincarnated many times, seeing as how she had written a book on the subject 10 years prior to the studies. Her and Howard were doing these experiments legally and scientifically. So they weren't just like,
it's probably before like the war on drugs really cranked down and
right.
everything got fucking criminalized.
Well, they were doing it in a controlled manner. They weren't really just like
Doing it.
recreationally using it.
Like, I'm gonna take this ketamine and sit here and watch Idiocracy. You should though.
Right. A lot of times Marcia was using ketamine for extended periods of time though. Once she used ketamine every day for a whole 18 months.
Jesus Christ. Well, she was acting like Musk by the end of it.
Right. They wrote a book on their findings called Journeys into the Bright World, which is, that's taking psychedelics.
Yep, there it is. Journeys into the Bright World. Hang on. Let me get it bigger so I can read it. Pioneering a new path to higher consciousness, a personal account by the extraordinary couple who risked everything to learn its secrets. Marcia Moore and Howard Altunian,
yeah.
MD.
Howard had all but stopped his ketamine usage at this time, but Marcia believed that there was more to be done and that she was close to a breakthrough of the metaphysical kind. One of the New Age beliefs that Marcia was studying was the idea of dematerialization. You ever heard of that?
I know what the word means, but I don't know what it means in this specific context.
Right. It's like the first time I heard it was in Star Trek when they were using the teleporters.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like de-atomizing yourself and then like atomizing it somewhere else.
But she's thinking that we can do this just like
with ketamine.
With drugs.
Right.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Now, dematerialization was the belief that a person could achieve a high enough consciousness that their soul could travel to another plane of existence and that their physical body would simply cease to exist and literally vanish in thin air.
No, thank you. My physical body is sad. It's a sad husk of a body, but I appreciate it and would not like it to just disappear.
Right.
Which, like, it would explain some people's disappearances, though.
So, and on a cold winter morning on January 15th, 1979, it happened. On the morning of the 15th, Howard Altunian called the police to report that his wife was missing. He told them that the night before he had left his house to go see a movie, leaving Marcia at home, and that when he came home, she was just simply not there.
You got proof you were at the movie, sir?
Right.
Did anyone see you there? Can anyone verify your presence?
Howard was devastated, and the search for Marcia began immediately.
Narcissists is real good at that sometimes.
Right. They searched for Marcia for 2 years.
Jesus.
And many different theories of why she had disappeared had been gone over. Eventually, someone ran across her remains in the winter of 1979. Her skull was found. 3 miles from her home in Washington. They knew it was her from DNA testing and dental records. What?
He did it.
So it's theorized that on the night of the incident, that Marcia had taken a walk in the woods and then proceeded to inject all of the ketamine that was available to her that night.
I mean, that's possible too, I guess.
And that she had got herself into what ketamine users of today call a K-hole.
Oh no. Yeah, that's bad too.
It's where you become paralyzed. Although your body's still functioning, it impairs your motor skills.
And you said it was January.
And you can't move.
And they live in Maine.
Yeah. Well, California. This one was Seattle, Washington.
Oh, Washington. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it still gets fucking cold there in the winter time.
It had to be freezing.
Okay, so maybe he didn't do. Maybe, just maybe, the husband didn't do it. Maybe just this time.
We'll see. It is thought that Marcia became unconscious and eventually succumbed to the weather, seeing as how it was freezing cold. The skull that was found was only the top portion and showed that it had a hole in it. So they only found her head and a hole in the skull. But the dental records matched Marcia's because of her golden crowns that she had. People that were close to her and some others believed that the hole in her skull was from a gunshot wound, although others believed that it was possible that it was just wear and tear of being exposed to the elements for so long, because it was 2 years.
It was, and it really sucks that this would have been 1981. So they didn't really have the technology to take her skull and examine the hole and find out which direction it came from, what kind of weapon could have been used. Like the technology we have nowadays, they'd have been like, yeah, it was a 358 or something. You know, they can tell you exactly what did it. But 1981, you're like, it's a hole.
Right. I also ran across the possibility that Marcia was attempting to commit suicide during her research. However, it kind of seems unlikely.
I think she was trying to dematerialize if she caused her own death.
That's the great part. There were no shell casings, bullets, or guns that were found anywhere near her body. Some reported Howard saying that she had suicidal thoughts when they were first starting to experiment with ketamine. He also said that she would never do such a thing because of her belief in reincarnation, which is totally valid. Like, why would you kill yourself if you're just going to come right back? Like,
yeah, and if you really truly believe in reincarnation, there is a karma element to it.
Yeah.
And I don't think taking your own life is going to give you very many karmic points.
Right.
Unless you have a lot of karmic points and that just like knocks off a couple, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's
don't want to become a dung beetle.
You know what I mean?
Marcia's family takes a different stance on the death of the heiress. Her brother Robin has been very adamant of his belief that Marcia was murdered. He thinks that her belief and involvement with the occult was what eventually got her killed. He said that Marcia had told him one time that she had been threatened by a cult once and by a coven of witches on another occasion.
Why though?
I don't know. He said one time when he was in Rhodesia, he received a mysterious letter offering condolences of the death of his sister. At the time, he called Marcia and said that she was totally fine and dandy. Now he believes that it was very much had something to do with Marcia's death. He said that he believes the reason that they only found the skull was because that her body was served up as some kind of satanic ritual.
was the 80s.
Right.
Satanic panic wasn't in full force, but it was coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would make sense.
Right.
Like, if let's play devil's advocate, if it was a satanic cult, I don't see why a coven of witches would do that. Personally, as a pagan, like if somebody was like, "Hey, I got this drug that'll open up your third eye, and you'll know it all," I'd be like, you know what I mean? I don't think a coven of witches is going to turn away that ability.
Right.
But if she pissed off a Satanist, which I don't even see how Satanists would get pissed off, because they'd be like, "You mean I can talk to my Lord and slaver Beelzebub?
Right.
Get it." So, but if it was a cult, I could see how they could take portions of her as souvenirs, or
right.
maybe it was a serial killer. You
Yeah.
said, oh, hang on. Serial killers in Seattle. Are you going to talk about this? Is there any, you going to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm just wondering if you're going to touch on the possibility of a serial killer.
No.
Okay. In the 1980s.
Not that I know of yet. Because, like I said, there's like a lot more to this story, and I haven't done the other half of the research yet.
Yeah.
But
okay, well, I hope I don't. Gary Ridgway.
Right.
Was the Green River Killer, and he was one of the most notorious serial killers in Seattle, Washington in the 80s. So, yeah, she could have
been a victim of the Green River Killer.
Could have been a victim of any number of these jackasses. I'm pretty sure Bundy was like roaming up and down. He was in California. I think he went up to Washington.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Sorry.
You're good.
Got off track there, but
other relatives of Marcia seem to point toward the grieving husband. They think he knows more what happened to Marcia than he was admitting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure either Morbid or Wine and Crime literally has a shirt that says the husband did it, and yeah. We say that for a reason, folks.
Yep. He openly spoke of mental health issues that arose when Marcia started using ketamine, even though her family found those descriptions to be opposite of how they remember her at the time. They said she seemed happy and optimistic of the future, and that she had big plans of starting a magazine called Reincarnation. Marcia's said that she remembers the adults of Marcia's family voicing, or I forgot a word there. Marcia's niece said that she remembers that the adults of Marcia's family voicing their concerns that Howard had killed her as they were settling Marcia's estates. Marcia's family was often embarrassed of Marcia's lifestyles and her beliefs. They didn't agree with her being a druggie.
Black sheep of the family. Which is crazy because she looks like this like really pretty socialite.
Yeah.
She's like, ketamine.
Yeah. Her niece also said that even though her family believed that Howard had murdered her, they never pursued that enough for Howard to break character. They never really pressed it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I wonder how hard the cops went on him.
They really didn't have enough proof to do it anyways.
Like, because maybe, like, it's strange that this beautiful white woman from a rich family disappears, and they did what with her husband? Oh, he's crying, so it's fine.
Right.
Like, you always go after the spouse first, and that might be shitty. Yeah. Some people might think that's shitty, but statistically, 8 times out of 10, the husband fucking did it.
Yeah. It was very suspicious. And then but at the same time, Howard and Marcia were living off of Marcia's trust fund at the time. So when Marcia came up missing, Howard's neighbors turned on him, given his strange beliefs and the circumstances revolving around all the disappearance and everything.
They were weird and different, and they like to do recreational drugs, so it must have been him.
Right. Plus, Howard quickly ran out of money and had to move to find work after she disappeared.
Well, yeah, because once she's gone, the trust fund isn't gonna
Yeah.
like transfer onto him unless it's willed to him.
Yeah. He really didn't benefit from her death
Mm-mm.
whatsoever. The most popular belief, though, is that Marcia died of a ketamine overdose. According to Howard, Marcia was battling depression at the time and that he was trying to get her clean and off of ketamine. He said that he had begged her to stop, but that she insisted on using, saying that she was super close to a breakthrough. It would have been easy for Marcia to sneak a dose into the woods with her that night.
Yeah.
Or for her to take such a high dose that she wandered into the woods not thinking about the cold air that night. And knowing that she would pass not knowing that she would pass out and succumb to the weather. Ketamine is a strong sedative. It's a horse tranquilizer and a psychedelic. Uh, all in all, her death to this day is still undetermined. They don't know what killed her because they don't have the body.
I would be real interested to see if they've done any more tests on her skull, though.
Right.
With the technology that we have today,
Yep.
they should be able to figure out at least at minimum what caused that hole.
Yep. But there's many weird things that went along with her death and disappearance, and that's where I'm gonna end the episode.
Oh, you asshole! I was like, what more could there be? She died and we don't know what happened. But then you're like, but then there's some weird stuff next time. God damn it.
I mean, most of the stuff that I found was like strewn over everywhere, and it was just like,
yeah,
these wild theories. But so come back next week and hear about them.
It's definitely interesting. I want to say that Washington has.
It's a very mysterious death.
Does Washington have Bigfoot? Big feet?
Yes. I want to say that's the original spot that it came
it's
from.
West Virginia. I think it's the original spot Bigfoot come from.
Are you sure?
Might be Washington. Actually, I think you're right. I think the indigenous tales said it was from Washington. Yeah, I feel like that UFOs are also a thing up there. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, most indigenous cultures have some variation of a big feet.
Bigfoot sighting. First Bigfoot. Bluff Creek, California. So it was close to there.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. That's sad. I mean, rationally, logically, she probably did die of a ketamine overdose.
Right.
She either took too large of a dose and, like you just said, wandered out into the woods.
Did she dematerialize,
Didn't
though,
realize
and then come
she
back?
was going to go die, or she went out there, took a dose of ketamine because she felt like she was on the breakthrough with something, and then died, or partially dematerialized.
Right.
Well, you know,
I mean, it's very strange.
He said they didn't find any casings. They didn't find any bullets.
The only thing they found was her head, her skull.
You said it was the top of her skull specifically. So,
well, it was like it had her jawbone too, because they could. That's how they identified her, was her teeth,
her dental records.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was just her skull.
There was no, I don't know. I'm interested to see what else surrounds her death that could possibly lead to it being different than her just unfortunately succumbing to an addiction.
Right.
Due to her mental illness.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
If that's what happens, then I do feel really, really sorry for her husband, because he's the one that introduced her to it in the first place, and he had to have tremendous guilt.
Yeah, for sure.
Tremendous guilt. Like, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. That is rough.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see what her gravestone says?
Mm-mm.
Says there is no death. The leaves may fall, the flowers may fade and pass away. They only wait through wintry hours the coming of the May.
Nice.
So, oh, I got goosebumps. That's really pretty. Marcy,
Yeah.
that you? What the hell? That was weird. All right. Well, that's weird.
It is very weird.
I love that Hamilton was like, "What happened?"
Oh, there's like so much more to this story that like
Yeah.
just wait, you'll be like, what?
They're like, hang on, this lady was doing ketamine. What? And she died. What?
Because like that was just the intro of what happened with Marcia Moore. It's not really the interesting part of the story, you know.
I mean, that to me, that in and of itself is interesting.
It is interesting.
You know what I mean?
It's a true crime.
But yeah,
on a true crime sense, that is very interesting.
But then there's weird shit that happens surrounds it too, and that's for us, the paranormal lovers. That's what we're all about.
Yep, the paranormal,
the weird shit. All right, well that was good. Thanks you guys for joining us for another week. We hope you guys have a good week. We will see you guys later.
Come back in 2 weeks. Hear about the weird shit
to find out what the fuck's going on with Marcia.
Right.
Also, come back next week because I can't call it a cryptid. I got a thing to tell you about, and it's spooky and it's creepy.
All right.
And you'll like it. So come back next week. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Okay. Love you guys. See you guys next week.
Be kind to each other.
Bye.
Bye.